Fat representation matters. You mean a pussy. We got an activist, a feminist, and an advocate. Sounds repetitive. I don't know. I've never cared enough to know what the difference is, and I still don't care, so that's why I'm telling all of you to look for it, so I don't have to. Fat representation matters. You mean a pussy. Cerny, I love it. All right. Here's the post. Fat representation matters. We should not be reading about the experience of fatness through a thin, white, straight, able-bodied, cisgender lens. Oh my
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
God. Thin, white, straight, able-bodied, cisgender lens. This just sounds like someone who's like, anyone that doesn't look like me makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not happy with my body, so none of them. You're obviously not thin. You have purple fucking hair. Oh, God damn it, you're one of those. Jesus Christ.
God damn it, I don't know what it is
that
about your
answers
face,
everything.
But I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
All right, you got purple hair? That answers the question. You got purple fucking hair. I'll tell you what, we should not be reading about any concept or any thought from someone that has neon purple hair, because that raises all the flags. All the flags. I know somebody in the Swole fam like to color your hair. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying it anyway. It's true. You got purple hair. That raises questions. We should not be reading about the experience of fatness through a thin right. So unless you have the lived experience, no one else can talk about it. Thin, white, straight. Why does that have anything to do with it? Fat representation. This is the most ridiculous intersectional trash. Some of the most ridiculous intersectional trash I've ever seen. What does being straight have to do with it? Fat representation matters. So you have to be gay or trans or claim to be a table or something like that. I'm a chair. Yeah, I identify as a chair. Able-bodied, you mean being able to walk up a flight of stairs without being exhausted or tie your shoes or be able to look down and see your genitalia. Thin, okay. So you don't want to talk about what health is from someone who's actually healthier. Now, thin is a word that doesn't have any correlation with health, which is why they're using it so much, because thin can be unhealthy. You could be a chain-smoking alcoholic and be thin. That's why they're not saying the word fit or muscular. Notice how they never talk about muscles. They never talk about a physique. They say thin. I swear that fucking word thin is so poisonous. It's so toxic. Fuck, you're thin. I'm thin compared to Tess Holiday. Okay, but I wouldn't say I'm a thin person. All right, straight, your sexuality has nothing to do with it. You can call whatever you want. What does that do with you being a whale? What does that have to do with you trashing your health? You shouldn't be talking about the experience of fatness through a white person. What are you? What are you, Bish? You're not white. Your color? What do you claim to be? What do you claim to be, Nick? NIC? You look white to me. Nice purple lipstick. What the fuck is going on here? Able-bodied, cisgender. This has got a caption, so let's read this train wreck. I love fucking Fridays. I love it, fam.
Matt Damon.
I love fucking Fridays. These posts are so hysterical. Fat representation matters. Well, we have 70% of the population is overweight or obese. I think fat people are represented plenty in this country, in this world. More often than not, I read about my experience as a fat woman through the lens of a thin, white, straight, cisgender, able-bodied person. I can't even. Whilst I like that. Whilst I appreciate the work that our allies have done, we need to hear about fat experience from fat people themselves. Yes, we need to hear fat people complaining more. Excellent. Not taking responsibility more. That's what we need. More victims. Bring it on. Fat experience is deeply personal. It's often rooted in so much trauma, grief, loss, and McDonald's. We need to hear the voices and stories of the folks who have spent their entire lives in the margins. not sure you're staying within any kind of margins. We need to make room for these voices to be heard. All right, full stop. Make room for the voice to be heard. Just post. You're posting on social media. Where's there not room for these voices to be heard? What are you talking about? What's with people's voices being heard? We can hear all the voices. We hear them all the time. We see the text all the time. It's nonstop. Way too many voices. Way too many voices. Way too many uneducated people that are just voicing their shit and just airing their fucking vomit and their low self-esteem and their just victimization. Just blast it everywhere. As a non-fat person, as a non-fat person, that means stepping down or stepping aside. That's going to take a few steps. Sometimes that means passing on experiences or presentations or opportunities and pointing folks in the direction of the true experts on fat experience. Fat folks themselves.
Matt Damon.
Crucifixion is good. Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
We need, you got an asterisk, you got an accent there. We need, you got the need more fat. I don't know how to pronounce that spelling error. We need more fat visibility and fat representation, plain and simple. Okay.
What's your name, fat body?
Needing more fat visibility is probably the funniest thing. That's too easy. That's too easy for me to go after. It's too fucking easy. Fat visibility. Does anyone want to make that joke for me? Does anyone want to be sarcastic with that? We need more fat visibility. I'll tell you what, that's not the problem. While we can see you plenty. I almost need another fucking eye to see some of these people. Fat representation. Where? On the cover? We've already had on the cover of Vogue, on the cover of Cosmo. There's plenty of fat representation. There are plenty of people that are promoting death and disease and morbidity to millions of people and incentivizing them to be fat and lazy and unhealthy too. That's what we're getting. It's everywhere. There's too much representation. Stop acting like you're being victimized when no, you're taking power all over the media, lying to people. Just lies. Just lies. You need more fat visibility. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. They're quite visible. I love the phrasing. It's so ironic. I mean, if you're gonna make comments like that, seriously, the reason why we cover these things is because the language, this is the pervasive woke narrative that is pervasive in all aspects of our life, from politics, social issues, fitness. This is everywhere. So we cover this because this is our wheelhouse, but it's the same type of shit that you see everywhere else in the media and in our social and political spheres. So like your visibility, like fat representation. Where do you want to be represented? What are you talking about? Fat visibility. We need more fat. No, we don't. It's not healthy. It's not good. Like literally one of the biggest risks for complications with COVID. It's like 70 or 80% of the people that are hospitalized with COVID are obese. So how is that good for you? I keep eating and keep trying to justify your morbidity. You're going to keep on needing more representation because you're dying off, dropping like flies. So might want to make some better choices. Stop acting like you won a prize by not doing anything in your life. It's kind of weird. Kind of fucking weird. Really fucking weird. All right, what else we got? Oh my God, it's fucking Friday. This is the kind of shit that we got to eradicate from our brain holes. Now, I think these people, right? I think the activists or the advocates, I think they have every right to post online. So I'm not one of the people that they should be silenced. They should be canceled or removed. I don't think they should be canceled or removed. I wish they wouldn't post it. I wish they actually understood and took control of their health and just authentically, organically did not post this stuff. But, you know, they have every right to post it, which is why I have every right to shit all over it, because someone has to.
We stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mo, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. That's a stay woke. We in real mo. That's a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transfer to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a running crown. You are the king and apology. You about to